Valmiki continued. When the day dawned, Ram and the others got up and performed their morning religious functions and went over to the residence of the sage Vasishta. The sage himself had by then concluded his own dawn prayers and was in deep meditation. When he rose, he and the others ascended a chariot and drove to the palace of King Dasaratha. As they entered the royal court, the king walked 3 paces to receive them with due honour. Soon after this, all the other members of the assembly, the gods, the demigods, the sages and others, entered the assembly and took up their respective places. Opening the day's proceedings, Dasaratha said, "O blessed Lord, I hope you have thoroughly recovered from the strain of yesterday's discourse. For our part, we feel highly elevated by the words of supreme wisdom that you uttered yesterday. Surely the words of enlightened sages dispel the sorrows of all beings and bestow bliss upon them. They drive away the impurities caused in us by our own evil deeds. The evil tendencies like craving, greed, etc. are weakened by your wisdom. Our deluded belief in the reality of this world appearance is also provided with a powerful challenge. O Ram, only that day on which such sages are worshipped can be regarded as fruitful. The other days are of darkness. This is your best opportunity. Inquire and learn from the sage that which is worth learning." Vasishta said, "O Ram, have you deeply contemplated the teachings I have communicated to you? Did you reflect over them during the night, and have you inscribed them on the tablet of your heart? Do you remember that I said to you that mind is man? Do you remember what I said about the creation of this universe and all its details? For it is only by frequent remembrance of such teachings that they attain clarity." They certainly need to be dwelt upon if they're not immediately obvious. Rama said, "Lord, I have indeed done just that, giving up sleep. I have spent the whole night meditating upon your enlightening words, endeavouring to see the truth that the words pointed to." And that's the crucial point. It's not remembering these words as words of doctrine, as words of belief, but finding the truth that they point to. "Thus have I enshrined that truth in my heart. Who will not bear your teachings on his head, knowing that they confer the highest bliss on him? At the same time, they are extremely sweet to hear, they promote every type of auspiciousness, and they bring us the incomparable experience. Hence, O Lord, I pray, resume your most excellent discourse." So here we've got the context and the setting for the teachings of Yoga Vasistha. And it's like the setting of a beautiful jewel in a well-crafted piece of silver or gold or something. And it's giving due honour to the teachings. Vasistha said, "O Ram, kindly listen to this discourse on the dissolution of the universe and the attainment of supreme peace. This seemingly unending world appearance is sustained by impure rajasa and dull tamasa beings, even as a superstructure is sustained by pillars." So we've got this categorisation between the rajasic and the tamasic beings. This is just describing our tendency to get involved in our own notions. "But it is playfully and easily abandoned by those who are of a pure nature, even as the slough is effortlessly abandoned by a snake. They who are of a pure sattva nature, and they whose activities, rajas, are based on purity and light, sattva, do not live their life mechanically, but inquire into the origin and nature of this world appearance." So basically you've got people who are going to look into things, question things, and you've got people that are just going to go along with things in the hope that they can satisfy their basic desires. I'm not so sure that you need to categorise these things in terms of rajasic and tamasic. Like the categorisation is already there. Those who inquire and those who don't. That's the bottom line. When such inquiry is conducted with the help of the right study of scriptures and the company of holy ones, there arises a clear understanding within oneself in which the truth is seen as in the light of a lamp. Not until this truth is perceived by oneself, for oneself, through such inquiry, is the truth seen truly. O Ram, you are indeed of a pure nature, therefore inquire into the nature of the truth and the falsehood, and be devoted to the truth. So here basically Rama is being exhorted to take full advantage of his own nature, which is that of asking questions and of inquiring into the nature of the world and his own awareness. That which was not in the beginning and which will cease to be after a time, how can that be regarded as truth? That alone can be regarded as the truth which has always been and which will always be. So it might say we're just talking about the impermanence of things and the world which arises and fades away. But we can also talk about notions, beliefs about ourselves, beliefs about the world. These all vary, they come and go. You know, sometimes you passionately want something, you might save up or go and work. You'll buy this thing that you passionately want and you'll be very happy with it. And then you'll put it in the wardrobe or in a drawer and it's forgotten, and then you want the latest thing. It just goes on all the time. But awareness, the actual awareness which allows us to dwell on such things, is always there.